So, isn't anger justified when I'm right?
Big question everyone has, of course, is aren't I right and justified in being angry when it's so clear that something terrible has been done, and that I know the problem and I know the answer. Unfortunately, for students of A Course in Miracles, a statement occurs twice that says that the anger that we feel is never justified. It never says we should not be angry, or that we shouldn't, or that it's a sin to be angry. It simply says that when you do get angry, don't try to justify it. And the reason for that is all anger, regardless of the form of the abuse or the sin or the problem, all anger is a statement that says, because of what you've done, I am not peaceful. Because of what you've done, hundreds and millions of people are not peaceful. Right? That's a lie. Right? William Blake said long ago, don't believe the lie. Right? Everything in this world is a lie. Right? There's a line in the Course that says, nothing so blinding as perception of form. You should not believe anyone who comes from the position that the world is real, bodies are real, and bad things happen to bodies. If someone says that to you, don't listen to them, because they are laboring under a psychotic delusion and are hallucinating and thinking that there's a world out there in which people get hurt. There is no world out there. It would be like if I had a dream tonight about you, and I saw you the next day, and in that dream I had about you last night, you do something really unconscionable to me. You abuse me, attack me, you're terrible. And I come to see you the next day and yell at you for what you did to me last night, you would lock me up. Right? You would wonder if I had taken my medication this morning. Because you say, I don't know what you're talking about. Right? Well, that's what happens when we get angry. We are blaming other people for the dis-ease that we feel. This doesn't mean that other people are not coming from their egos. It's simply saying, what does other egos have to do with me? What do other egos have to do with me? No matter what they've done, they are not responsible for my not feeling the love and the peace of God. That is always the bottom line. That's why anger is never justified. You may attack my body, but you cannot attack my mind. There's a line in the Course, it's a rhetorical question that says, are thoughts dangerous? And then the answer is, to bodies, yes. But I'm not a body. You're not a body. There is no world in which bodies interact. That's part of the hallucination. There's a line that says, what if you knew this world was an hallucination? Well, it would terrify us, because if the world was an hallucination, as it is, then I don't exist. I'm not here. I could only be here as a body living in a world into which I believe I was born. A world that existed before I was born, a world that existed while I'm here, and a world that will exist after I die. But all that is made up. It's just a bad dream. A gigantic dream, but it is still a dream. So the question is, who am I angry at? And who is the I that is getting angry? I want to get angry at you. That's why anger is such a problem. And psychologists are very wrong. I can speak of that since I'm a psychologist. Psychologists are very wrong when they say that anger is a basic human emotion. It's not a basic human emotion. There are no basic human emotions. There are no human emotions. There's only one emotion in the mind, if you want to call it emotion, that would be fear. Everything in this world is a projection and a split-off part of that fear. But anger is not a basic human emotion. Anger is a wish that says, I want to be unfairly treated by you. So I could be justified in being angry and point an accusing finger at you and say, in the words of the Course, behold me, brother, at your hands I die, or at your hands I suffer. And I need people to attack so that then God will find them out and discover them to be the sinner and not me. A fundamental principle of the ego thought system is one or the other. In fact, that's how the ego thought system began. It was God or the ego. It was a capital S self of perfect oneness, or a little S self of individuality, separation, and specialness and uniqueness. It's one or the other. Both can coexist. And so if the ego is to survive, it has to believe that it destroyed God. And of course, that's what the Course would call original sin, except it's a sin that never happened. It's just a sin that we believe happened.